Satamaya, Satamaya.
Yo, Piran. Yo. I'm even scared to touch my phone. Yo.
You see, at this point, it seems like South Africa is declaring war to other African countries. Like, I don't understand how you will say you want the illegal migrants or immigrants to leave your country, but you can't even tell whether they're illegal. You go to their houses, you see them on the street, you don't ask of documents, you just pick them up. You want to unalive them, you want to hurt them. I've seen you guys do this to the Ethiopians, to Nigerians, to Zimbabweans, to other African countries that live in your country. You don't even ask questions. You don't want to see their documents. The fact that they are black and don't speak the way you speak, or don't sound the way you sound, or don't have the same accent with you, you just want to hurt them. This is not about illegal migrants. This is just hate. This is just pure hate. It has nothing to do with illegal migrants. Go to other African countries. You guys are treated with love. We don't even ask of documents. We don't care. We just want you to feel at home. This is just hate. A lot of you are lazy. I mean no disrespect, but that is what it is. A lot of you are lazy. I wish the whole African countries will come together and shut their doors on you guys until you fix all these messes you're causing around.
I now think, as fellow South Africans, we now see why they say never accommodate anyone in your house, no matter how painful their story is, no matter how sad their story is. Because once they get comfortable, you will see flames. They will take over. They will take over. You will become the stranger in your own house. You will see that that person did need help to get a place to stay at that time. But the moment they see how you live, they start to want your life. They will hate you for having that life that they do not have. They will come at everything you have and get rid of you at the end. They will take over. So whatever that is happening now in our country, it's the things we got reprimanded about. We were told, or never, and now we said, no, we are kind. They are just here for, to empower themselves, and then they'll be fine. And no, they want your whole house. They are coming for everything. You will become the visitor in your house. They will become the owner. And once they are done with making you the visitor, they now get rid of you because they don't want you there. They want your house. They want everything that you have. So whatever that's happening now is just an example of that. Because what is happening? You'll hear stories where they say, hey, spaza shop in Tontoni, we cannot now have spaza shops. We grew up being fed by these spaza shops. People went to universities, families were rich, and it's these spaza shops. But now our youth cannot even, we are unemployed as youth. We are unemployed. But now we cannot even try to make something on the side, like a side hustle, because some people already have put their hands in that. Once you start doing it, they will remove you because you let these people in your house. You let someone in your house, they bring one small backpack. Tomorrow they be like, no, I'm going to bring my other luggage. They bring a whole truck with their belongings. I agree, you are kind. One came and then they called everyone. So now there are many here. Our youth cannot even do anything. Employment, they took over. Side hustles, they took over, and we are just here being consumers and nothing else. Consuming with what? With what money? Because we are not even working. You know, it's so painful that our youth is dying because of all of this. It's dying, young people into drugs, young people unemployed, young people cannot even get into side hustles. It's so painful. It's so painful. It's a lot that's happening. But to see young lives being lost because we have now become strangers in our own home, they are now getting rid of us. They came. You know, I think we are being colonized again. We are being colonized again. How did we get colonized? This thing of being kind, feeling someone else's pain, feeling sorry for people. They are not here for that. Once they get comfortable, they get rid of you. The very same way I think our great grandparents accommodated the other people who colonized them. They was being so kind. They were being so kind to them, and we got colonized. And you see what's happening now? I don't know if this is round 2 or round 3 of colonization in South Africa, but us being kind is not going to work for us. It's not going to work for us anymore because we have lost our home again. We really have lost it. If there's someone sitting out there and thinking there's it's better, it's worse. It's worse. You can't do anything anyway. You can't.
One of the things we need to do in South Africa as we see the rise of anti-immigrant rhetoric once again is to challenge the underlying myths that these sentiments rely on. In the same way that when we have interrogated and challenged things like the notion of white genocide in South Africa, we've had to go to the underlying myths that are supporting it and deconstruct them. The same applies for anti-immigration, for xenophobia. Generally speaking, there are similar mythologies that keep up anti-migrant sentiments to racism and racist logics. It's this idea of an out-group who is dangerous and in-group that needs to be protected. An out-group that is seeking to cause harm, seeking to cause destruction and disruption. You can hear all of the colonial logics already starting to sort of unfold in this framing of other human beings. And in South Africa, we have seen this rise of anti-migrant rhetoric, often at hot points of issues of unemployment, issues of broader socioeconomic downturn. Generally, our country has suffered a great deal post-apartheid because of issues of corruption and the inability to deal with legacies of colonialism and apartheid. And so these myths emerge in these contexts, seeking to create some kind of out-group who can be blamed for the failings of the state, the failings of government to do what they're meant to do, and the inability to grant equal access to society that was promised after apartheid. These underlying myths must be challenged. We need to make it part of popular discourse that migrants are not the reason why we have issues within our job market, that ultimately the isolated and often minor number of cases where illegal immigrants are causing serious issues in our country are just that, a minority of cases. Generally speaking, illegal immigrants are also a minority of people in South Africa. And so to blame them on any large scale for the state that our country is in is an unhelpful mechanism for dealing with the realities that we face in South Africa today. It ultimately forms part of broader culture war issues that take us away from dealing with the systemic and structural failings of our government and the systemic and structural failings of our society that are keeping people out of the system. Things like failures in education, things like failures to open up the job market effectively, failures to keep our economy growing, failures to decouple from historic forms of economy that have relied on exploitation and extraction. These are all kind of factors that actually feed into the fact that we have illegal immigration on one hand, but at the same time, that foundational myth of there is some other, there is some dangerous, dehumanized other that we can blame for the state that we are in, is dangerous and must be challenged on all fronts. It is not the fault of illegal immigrants that we are in the state we are in South Africa. They should not be blamed for the current state of things. And ultimately, people of all descents, people from all places, especially all over Africa, should be welcomed here in South Africa.